Good evening, everyone who lives around the world. We are back, Fultron time, extra time, headquarters, and surprise, surprise, someone's not here again.
I'm
But
here. I'm here.
but he's in the chat.
Oh, excellent.
so is that so he's not here in person, but I know we told him to have a night off. He is away on holiday, so we are
Camping,
letting him.
isn't
Yeah, I
he?
reckon he's glamping more than anything else. Let's see.
Probably getting back
Let's
to
see.
nature.
Let's see who else we've got on here. Becca's in the building as well, and that
It's,
cheeky sod, and I'm on holiday. How does he deserve a holiday? His job, what he does, is nothing, is it? Really, Steve?
well,
He's running a pub.
stands
Yeah.
around and drinks beer all day. I mean, I don't know what he gets up
That's what he done when I went to see him. I don't know what all the fuss was about.
to. Oh, love it.
No, no, we're only messing. We're only messing, Duke. So, Steve, it's been a week. Well, no, 6 days because we done a show, didn't we? Deal or no deal with a little friend who decided to go and play for Ajax. But
Yeah,
we've got a
yeah,
connection with Ajax, but we'll get onto a bit later. So yeah,
yeah. I mean, it's the usual West Ham chaos.
yeah.
Do we condone violence in the chat? I mean, do you think we should ban him?
I reckon me and Duke should be the headliner because Joshua and Dylan White's off. So me and Duke could be the heavyweights, couldn't we?
Oh, right. Okay. I'm not putting a bet on that.
And
I tell
Shark
you,
is in. Shark is in
hi,
as well.
Sharky. I tell you what, Duke, you're going to have to be back by the 30th of August because I'm off on holiday for 10 days then.
Oh, for God's sake, you can't get the staff these days. Can't
Well,
get the
hang on,
staff.
hang on. My boy's off to university. We're having a family holiday before it goes.
I'm only joking. I'm only messing.
I
I'm only
know,
messing. I'm only messing.
I know,
Right.
mate.
So, so obviously, Steve. Obviously, you're not on social media, but I know you're in a few WhatsApp groups, and you've
Yeah.
seen the huge meltdown of us not signing anyone. And then, obviously, today we got some good news. Are you still surprised, considering since we spoke last Tuesday on the stream that well, it's not officially done, but we're getting close.
Yeah. Look, if we get Alvarez, I'm delighted. I
Yeah.
really am. I think. Look, he's not a box-to-box midfielder. He is a defensive midfielder. Is he great on the ball? Possibly not. But he'll do the thing that he who shall not be named um, did for us most of last season, which is sit in front of the back four. Yeah, there were forays up the field, but I'm hoping that will release Suchek to be the Suchek we had 2 seasons ago
Hmm.
before somebody decided to be a box to box midfield player. No,
Yeah.
he was the guy out of all of them I wanted most. He's got great stats. He's a bit of a unit. He fits the age profile, and he's not prepared. He's not fussed about getting stuck in, which is exactly what you need in that position.
Yeah.
And for
No.
that, and for that money, yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. And obviously, Fabrizio Romano was the one who broke it this morning. Obviously, there was rumours circulating over the weekend, but obviously, he just announced it there.
Yeah,
Exclusive: Edson Alvarez to West Ham. Here we go. Verbal agreement with Ajax for total package 34 to 35 million fee, and he will fly to London in the next 24 hours to undergo. So let's just say we get this done. Obviously, you have to add a day for media, which is just hilarious as
yeah,
well. Um, if he, I think it's like Thursday midday. You need to get it done. I think for him. Would you? I
yeah.
don't. I'm not going to. You may know more than me, Steve. I don't know how much pre. Is he still on holiday or how much pre-season?
Not
But
a clue.
would you chuck him in on Saturday even if he's not played, or would you save him for the home game against Chelsea?
I'll put him straight in.
Would
Look
you?
at us. Look at us at the weekend.
Yeah,
I
we'll
mean,
talk about that later. But
yeah.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
know.
I don't think you got a choice.
No, you're
He
not,
must have
yeah.
had pre-season with Ajax. He must have done. and boy, did we look weak in that area.
Yeah, you did,
So
didn't
yeah,
you? Obviously,
frustrating for me.
obviously, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm an expert. As like what everyone does, you look on highlights on YouTube. We've sort of mentioned him a few times. He's a warrior, box to box. Like when I mean box to box, he's got the stamina to
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
it.
yeah.
He has scored quite a few goals for Ajax, to be fair.
Right.
When he isn't, but when you look at the man who we don't want to talk about, who cannot be named, when we're technically getting that for a third of the price what we sold him, that's pretty good business from our side, really, isn't it?
I think it's superb, and I tell you what, we won't be paying it over 2 years either.
No.
And that's the other thing. So it extends your budget a bit. I'm going to be very interested. Yeah, look, we've got to realise he's not going to come in and settle straight away. It's going to take him 5 or 6 games, possibly till Christmas. But I'll be interested by the end of the season to see how he compares to our ex-captain.
Yeah. So Shark is just saying here, he just finished playing for Mexico against Panama in the Gold Cup final. That was 2 weeks ago. Oh, okay, so yeah, he's probably having some time off. Like Antonio, didn't he? He didn't return to training until the start of last week or whatever it was. So
I mean, he's
yeah,
coming in on big wages.
yeah, he's going to be the highest earning player, isn't he?
Yeah, but unfortunately, if we want to move forward,
Yeah,
look at the silly money people are getting. I mean, Deck, what's he got? 250 grand a week.
mad, isn't it, mate?
Oh, insane, insane. And so that's the going rate for a quality player now.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, unbelievable amounts of money. I mean, I'm sure I could squeak by on just over 600 grand a month. Might be difficult, but I think I could do it. Just call him 41. Yeah, good move, Sharky. Yeah, like that.
But Duke says it even better, I think.
I watched the Charity Shield yesterday.
No, no, no. It's not the Charity Shield. It is the biggest trophy in the world, Steve. Get it right.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
What?
it's the biggest trophy. It's even better than Manchester City's treble last year.
Yeah,
It's,
Or as Roy Keane said, nobody really takes it seriously. West Ham won a proper trophy, which I thought was hilarious.
no, 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 no. Arsenal have won a trophy. It's Declan Rice's first major trophy. Better than the one what he got in May with us. Remember?
Is that what he said?
No, no, no. That's what Arsenal think. The Charity Shield is a major trophy. So, but
Yeah,
it's called a shield. You can eat dinner off it.
uh, well, I mean, considering that it used to be whoever won the FA Cup and the league went up against each other, it should have
Mm,
been given to City by rights. Arsenal
mm.
were just there as an add-on to make the first game of the season. Ridiculous.
See, I reckon you should change it. I reckon you should do um. So, because they won the treble, yeah,
Yeah,
they should do the team who finished second, so Arsenal, or FA Cup winner and League Cup finalist, and then do it as a draw, and then Man City could play either one or for any three of them. It's only a charity game.
yeah. Well,
Do you
to
see
be
what I mean?
honest with you, I think that whoever won the League Cup, it was it United, wasn't it?
Oh
Who
yeah,
won it?
didn't think of that. Yeah, yeah. So obviously,
So I
yeah.
think they should have. If City have got everything else, then United play them. For me, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
I. But
It's mad.
good old 41, as Sharky so rightly says. I watched him play with some interest, um, and he did what he did well for us quite well. The rest of it wasn't there. And I read something by Blind Hammer. You know our 17-year-old Paul Brush, was it? I can't remember who it was, who played in the FA Cup final.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, anyway, he moved on to Spurs and just became a journeyman pro because all the things he was looking good at with us, he didn't need to do at Spurs. He couldn't do. And I thought, now there's an interesting thought.
yeah. This is quite good. They celebrate. They did. They did. And yeah, they called it the English Super Cup. Yeah, I saw that as well. Paul calls it the JD, where the Spoons play, and yeah, the Spoons Cup. Yeah, no, mate. I just think, do you know what? There has never been a club more that I want to fail next year. Like
Oh
this is,
no,
but I want them to get out of the group stage, like what I think a lot of people have said. Let them get out the group stage and then just get absolutely smashed by like Real Madrid or someone, just
yeah.
because they get above themselves. They're not going to take the FA Cup seriously, and they're going to bottle everything because they didn't have no Europe last year. That's why they was able to play the same team consistently in the league. Like,
Well, they had the Europa, didn't they? UEFA Cup, but they didn't
yeah,
play a full strength side.
yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, they went full
Yeah, they
strength.
went all.
Like they went more full strength in the league, didn't they?
This will surprise a lot of the listeners, but being a West Ham supporter from the early 70s, my loathing of Arsenal is so much deeper than my loathing of Spurs.
Yeah,
Spurs, I could, in the context of how I first started supporting West Ham, Spurs I can just about tolerate because they're moderately, they're humorous.
mm,
Arsenal, I absolutely loathe with a passion. I really
yeah,
do. And it's just the way it is. Even though one of my best mates was an Arsenal fan, we were sitting there watching the FA Cup when Sheffield Wednesday were playing Arsenal at my place,
yeah.
and in the replay, and he couldn't understand why I was shouting for Sheffield Wednesday. And I said, Ian, you've got to understand, I absolutely loathe your team. I like you very much, but I'll support anybody who's I'll support West Ham and anybody who's playing Arsenal.
Mm. Yeah, no, I agree, mate. I agree. Right, Steve. So we're moving on. We sort of discussed it off air. Sharky must know our schedule. I reckon Sharky's an insider. I reckon he's an ex-WHU employee. He knows exactly what we're going to talk about.
We should send Sharky a link. He could take it over, couldn't he? Quite
Yeah, no, exactly. But yeah, what do you reckon of the 30? So I've put these three up there. So obviously, rumours now circulating that we've gone in with another, well, up to 30 million for Maguire. I'm not going to say, obviously, a lot of clubs say that the player doesn't. I don't know. Do you reckon he would move to us, Steve, if we offer him the cap? For me, I like.
We'd have to offer him the captaincy.
Yeah.
Look, I know a lot of people don't want Maguire, but I'm going to say this. If you could get him and McTominay for 60 mil, I'd bite your hand off, largely because I want McTominay more than Maguire. And I think Maguire is a solid centre back. He was very, very good at Leicester. And I think if he comes to a club our size, he'll be very good again. But, United just don't value him or support him. Do I want him? I just don't know. I really don't. In some ways, I think yes. In other ways, I think no.
Yeah.
I just don't know, if I'm honest.
There we go. That's a perfect thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a bit torn. I'm not going to lie, Steve. The thing is, like Ryan said it on, and I think a few of the boys said it on Friday Night Pint as well about the, like everyone's saying he's not going to have a sell-on value and blah blah blah. But it doesn't really matter if you get 3 seasons out of him.
At a good level, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, let's look at it this way. If his defensive prowess, or whatever you want to call it, gains us 3 places in the league, 3 seasons on the trot, he's more than half paid for himself, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like all these things.
I think we need to change the system to cover him. I think we'd have to go a back three, which is still quite strong, to be fair. If you think like a Gued, Maguire, and Zuma, But then you're losing
sure.
But then you're losing Soufal because I don't think he can play right wing back. So then we're going to have to go out if we can get someone on the cheap. Then like a right wing back, then I think we've got more of a chance. But I wouldn't trust Maguire in a back two if I'm being perfectly honest.
No, maybe not. But I mean, you've got Emerson on the left, who is naturally a wing back, and I really rate Emerson. I have got to say, I think Emerson is a terrific footballer. People disagree with me, but every time I watch Emerson, he gives 100%. Yeah, it took him a while to settle, but you see, your right wing back, you got Kehrer, haven't you?
Yeah,
Who can, who sometimes his right foot is like a wand. Some of the balls he plays are brilliant.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I personally, if we hadn't got a holding midfielder in, I said it before, might have tried Kehrer at holding midfielder, but Kehrer at right wing back, he's got pace, he's got a good delivery, he's got a good touch. Him on one side, Emerson on the other. I'll be very happy with that.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. I agree. It's a bit of a, I don't know. He's give or take with me, but like what
Yeah.
Duke's saying here, James Ward-Prowse, I'll give or take. But if I had to pick out James Ward-Prowse and McTominay, I'd probably pick McTominay.
So would I. Yeah. Yeah.
He's younger, more energy. I know you lose the set pieces, but we've
Well,
scored goals without him anyway.
but you say that though, if you get Maguire in, you got Maguire, possibly Souček on the pitch, and you've got James Ward-Prowse's deliveries, you become a real threat, don't you?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think if we get Maguire, Ward-Prowse is a better fit. If we don't get Maguire, McTominay's a better fit. But who knows, eh? We need a striker as well.
Yeah, Sharky's just mentioned. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that.
No,
Do you
I don't
want
think I
to give
would.
it? Do you want to give it a go, Steve?
Not in the least. No, no.
Yeah, just had a look on here. I didn't really know much about him. Duke said that he likes him. He's 30 years old, centre forward, 6'3", 6'4". Last year he played 30 games, 16
Yeah,
goal, 16 goals and 6 assists. So when you think of it like that,
and his club might have to sell him because they're in financial trouble, I believe.
yeah, that's correct. Yeah, his current club is Vender Bremen. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Look,
So
he's older than the profile you'd like, but that aside, I would, if we can get rid of Antonio, which I'd be quite happy to, and we've got the young lad as backup, I'd see that as quite good.
yeah. Yeah, Sharky, we were just saying, mate. Yeah, I think we would go to a back five. I don't know. I don't know whether we'll be able to lure him, but he'll cost too much money. But the one player I'd be all over is Frimpong, who played for Bayer Leverkusen, the right back or right wing back who played against us on Saturday. I've been a huge admirer him for
Oh, he's
some
good.
time. If we could somehow get a deal, because I know Bayer Leverkusen wanted Soufal, didn't they, at one point? So even if we could somehow get Frimpong for 30, 40 million and even chuck Soufal back at that the other way, I'd be all over that as well, mate, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the rumor is we're going to try and get between 5 and 6 players in before the end of the transfer window. That is a lot of business to be done, and I'd be very interested.
It's 4 weeks till it shuts, isn't it? Three and a half weeks, I think.
But this is West Ham we're talking about. Nothing is simple, is it? Nothing is simple at all. Would I take Maguire? I just don't know. Depends what the deal is, and also how much wages we're giving him.
Yeah,
Because
I know.
I think he's on 190 at the moment. He's going to have to take a wage cut.
Yeah, I think Man United, that'll be down to Manchester United, I think, to obviously pay or that 30 million, sorry, would be to pay off a lot of his contracts, I think, probably. So he gets
Yeah.
some of that or something. But at the end of the day, mate, we're offering him football. Like, he's not
Yeah.
guaranteed to get football at Manchester United. Obviously, they've got Varane, they've got a few others.
And the other thing is, if he stays at United for another 2 years, he's probably not going to get first team football at that point anyway. He's going to be
Yeah.
32 then.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with what you're saying there, mate. Obviously, we're going to do a preview for a Bournemouth game, so we won't talk too much about it. But if we sort of mentioned, hopefully Alvarez can make some part, even if it's from the bench. Do you think we've still got enough to beat Bournemouth on Saturday with what we've got at the minute? Well, obviously, it's just minus Declan Rice, really, isn't it?
Well, if last Saturday was going to go anything to go by, no, would be my answer. However, Saturday is another day. If our players turn up and play, yes, we have. It all depends on attitude on the day. If our players go for it, yeah, we've got enough to beat Bournemouth. But if we turn up like we did on Saturday, forget it. We'll get stuff 3 or 4-0.
Yeah. Well, quickly, let me just move on to the last slide. We'll talk about the last two. Obviously, we'll talk about the game. Obviously, finishing 4-0. Did you actually watch the game, Steve?
I watched some of it. Yeah, after the first couple of goals, I thought I can't stand any more of this. We were just lethargic and all over the place. It was a truly hopeless performance by any measure. I mean, it's interesting because that is basically a team that Steiden more or less built.
Yeah.
And it's alive. Their second goal was great. Just passed it through us back heel, bang, 2-0.
This is probably going to cause some shit. I thought Fabianski was shocking. I know you can't blame him for all of it, but he's had a good pre. Yeah, he
didn't
was.
see enough of him.
Okay, mate. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, didn't watch enough of the game.
Yeah. I was quite annoyed, especially with the first goal. I know it was a good fit, but he sort of gave too much. I'm not saying he would have saved it. And the thing what worried me, I don't know whether, like, I know our pitch is big, Steve, but like even his goal kicks, he was struggling to get it past the halfway mark. Do you know what I mean? And I was just like, is he trying, or is he just like playing with an injury? But that means he's playing in goal on Saturday, right? The fact that he played it's normally the goalkeeper who plays the last game of pre-season is normally your goalie, isn't it?
Well, he's had one bad game in pre-season. The rest he's looked good. So, again, I'll judge him on Saturday.
Yeah. If I had to pick, obviously we'll talk about it on the preview. I'd still go with Areola personally. You've got to think of the future of the club, not just for now. But I think that's the way
I'd have
Moyes.
Areola in goal. I would have had him in goal most of last season. The problem was Fabianski played well last season. Now do you drop someone who's in form? That was the issue.
Yeah. It's a tricky one for Moyes, but yeah, we'll get onto him in a second. How's Gatesy? Yeah, I think he's all right. I think he's had some interaction with people, Sharky. So yeah, I think he's doing well.
He was on the Hammers Chat Addicts WhatsApp group at the weekend. I think he's fine.
Yeah, and the game was bad. Obviously, news come out today, Steve, that the man on who's next to that is Gianluca Scamacca's left the club. How do you feel about it, mate?
Well, I tell you what, he put something out as a goodbye, and it was really classy, actually. I really like what he said. How do I feel about him going? Very, very disappointed. Every time I saw him play, I thought he looked like a class act.
Yeah.
And Moyes didn't want to, in fairness, Moyes didn't want him to go, but Scamacca really did. And I get why. Let's be fair. I get why. But no, I'm very sad to see him go. I think he was a nice guy. I think he didn't get the chance he deserved. And I would have loved to have seen him with us for another season, but that's the way of it. I mean, I know we're looking at Dominic Solanke as a replacement. Well,
God, give us
he's
strength.
he's all right, but he's no Skamaka. And all this about he can't play in Moyes' system. He still scored some goals, and he scored some good goals.
Yeah, it's just another. The fact that we waited 18 months not to sign a striker because this was Moyes. It wasn't Moyes' choice. I'm sorry, it
No,
wasn't.
well, in the time Sullivan's been in charge of us, I think he's signed 52 strikers. I
Yeah,
can't think of any of them working out. I
yeah.
really,
Uh,
I think he needs to realise he's not very good at it. Actually,
yeah, I remember on my old channel, West Ham United, I'd done a strikers under Sullivan, and I'd done it in 4 parts. And yeah, the likes of the strikers who we've had, even Benny McCarthy, excuse me, Mido,
Migo, yeah,
yeah, Picquion, oh God,
Picquion
uh,
was potentially all right, wasn't he?
yeah, who else did we have? Obviously, Bubbles man. Oh, what was his name?
Oh,
Hugo.
yeah,
Yeah,
but we did have Valencia and what's his face?
Sacco.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, Carroll potentially. You could probably say, even though he's injured, he still contributed a bit. But yeah, you're really clutching at straws. Could you really say Arnie?
Well,
Not
no, he
really, because
wasn't
we
bought
bought
as
him
a
as
striker, was
yeah,
he?
yeah. Do you class Bowen as a striker? Well, he plays. Do
No,
you know what I mean? It
no.
is tough. Yeah, he's a
Origi's
tough
the
one.
other
Man.
name out there, of course.
Do you know what? He's not that bad. He's not
No, I agree.
dreadful.
I
He's not
agree. You could
dreadful.
do worse.
But I think Ryan even said it today. We've Duke obviously knows him very well before he even moved. He was obviously on the bench for Leicester the other day. I'll go and get Daka. He's still only 24 years of age.
Yeah. Nacho.
Yeah, I think Iniacho's all right as well. We mentioned that last week, really, didn't we? So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, Passion Daka's like Grease Lightning as well, isn't he? From what I
yeah,
understand.
yeah. No, he's very good. He's very good, mate.
Yeah.
Very good. But yeah, no, it's if we could get another signing as well as Alvarez done before Saturday, that'll be very, very good business from us, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd be happy enough with that. I don't. Who would I want? What position would I want? Well, I just
If we
don't
could
know.
get another midfielder, if we could get another centre mid, because I think
Yeah.
we need two, but if we could get two before Saturday, that'd be very good business.
Well, yeah. Personally, I think I'd have Ward Prowse just for his delivery.
Yeah.
Link up with Paqueta would be very nice to watch.
Do you think Moyes would still play Souček in the midfield three with them and Paqueta, or do you reckon it will be Alvarez or Ward-Prowse, either one of them playing?
I think your midfield three would have to be Alvarez, Paqueta, and Ward Prowse, don't you?
Yeah, but this is Moyes, remember, mate.
Yeah, but it's like everything. I mean, Sully's come out today and said he's got no intention of sacking Moyes. And mate of mine on the Hammers chat WhatsApp group said he thinks Moyes will be here till at least Christmas. And my comment was I'm not sure he will if he loses the first 4 games. So Moyes has got to be a bit pragmatic about this. If we get stuffed the first 4 games, that will be his job, in my opinion. Though I'm going to say this, I hope Moyes goes out and absolutely smashes it to go so he can look at Sully and go, there you go, I've done it again. Yeah, because I think Sully's treating him abysmally, and it's really
Yeah,
annoying.
I just think like we talk about this every week. I just think Moyes should have done the right thing and left after winning that trophy. If I'm being perfectly honest, just out of his own dig. You don't need the money. Like he would have just said, "I've done what I've done." Because the thing what worries me, Steve, is we lost 20 Premier League games last season and we still managed to stay up, which is mad when you think about it, really.
Yeah, well, we'll see what this season holds, won't we? I mean,
Yeah.
he did try and change it around, and then when we went back to being West Ham in the style Moyes plays, we started picking up points.
Yeah, no, like I said, we'll have to see.
Have to
Sharky's
say,
just yeah, Sharky's just asking it. Yeah, I would love to see him start, mate, but I think it would be if Antonio's not right, I think it will be Danny Ings again. If
yeah,
I'm being perfectly honest. Obviously we got a 4-0 result against Bournemouth at the latter part of the season, which pretty much guaranteed our safety, wasn't it?
safety.
Obviously, Paqueta scored, Rice scored. Obviously, 4-0s with the Scorpion, and who got the other one? I can't remember now. Oh, it's my mind's bugging me.
Antonio, I think.
Yeah, oh, yeah, from the corner, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that was it. But Sharky, yeah, we're going to do a preview for the Bournemouth game, mate. So we'll get Duke's take on it as well. I think this episode's going to be cut quite short, people, because
yeah,
there's not really much to talk about at the minute. But like you said, we've talked about Alvarez, we've talked about obviously potentials coming in of Maguire, etc. So, but like you said, if anything does break or if another signing comes in, me or Steve will jump on and obviously give
yeah,
our initial thoughts if anything does happen. But if it wouldn't be, it will be the preview for the Bournemouth game.
yeah. I mean, there's not really a lot else to talk about, is there? It's all ifs, buts, and maybes at the moment, and until you got something definite,
Yeah,
it's
no,
hard to
definitely.
talk about it, isn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely, mate.
I mean,
Definitely.
we could discuss Duke's camping trip, I suppose, but
No,
that
well,
maybe not.
that'll waste half an hour next week on next week's show,
Of course it
Steve.
will. Yeah, of course it will.
But no, I just want to thank everyone in the chat. Like I said, if you know anyone who in a WhatsApp group or friends or family who think that me and Steve actually talk sense, then good luck to you because you've got some balls to admit that you like listening to what me and Steve say. So, but no, just like and share it. Tell them to subscribe. I think last time I checked, I think we're on about 66 subscribers, so we're on the slow incline of trying to keep all reviews entertained.
And hopefully we do it. And as I'm going to say, look, everybody who subscribed, everybody who comes into the chat, we really do appreciate it because
Of course we do.
you know that's terrific, and we really appreciate you listening to us waffle on for anywhere between half an hour and an hour.
Yeah, no, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. But no, like you said, if anything does break, me or Steve will come on and give our initial quick reaction. And obviously, we'll be back. I'm not too sure whether we're going to do live or pre recording, but you can obviously watch that when you want. And obviously, we'll be. I don't know. I don't know whether we're going to do the reaction of the result Sunday. I've not really thought that far ahead, to be perfectly honest. But we'll obviously, if you hit the bell notification, you'll be notified when we do go live. And yeah, thanks Sharky for contributing, mate. It really goes a long way. Anything else to say, Steve, before we go?
No, other than come on, you irons.
Yeah. Come on, you irons. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.
Cheers, all.